thought of this sort of thing as a place to take a date, but it looks like it could be fun. Doing things together. Pretty good idea for a first date. Plenty to do, plenty of people to talk to.
Turn up that static, automatic, pumping in your chest. Over dramatic, fanatic, that's at it. So hip, so fly, so cool, so punk, so funk, so swag and fresh. We run this, got this, get this party started, leave the rest. We rock it, we want it, we got it, got it. We rock it, we want it, we got it, got it. We rock it, we want it, we got it, got it. We rock it, we want it, we got it, got it. Bartenders on it, got that tonic, get me tipsy. See all them haters hesitating cause they think we crazy. See the girl in the black with a tie on the back, she got it going on. Like it, love it, gotta have it, baby, not for long. We rock it, we want it, we got it, got it. We rock it, we want it, we got it, got it. We rock it, we want it, we got it, got it. We rock it, we want it, we got it, got it. We rock it, we want it, we got it, got it. We rock it, we want it, we got it, got it. We rock it, we want it, we got it, got it. We rock it, we want it, we got it, got it. We want it all. We want it all. We want it all. We rock it, we want it, we got it, got it. We rock it, we want it, we got it, got it. We rock it, we want it, we got it, got it. We rock it, we want it, we got it, got it.
Hey! Happy New Year, not quite yet.
Almost.
Almost. Welcome to Van Philosophy. We're back for another
Another chat.
chat.
They're just hanging out.
Just hanging out. Rachel, Happy New Year. Happy New Year. Sherry says, hey everyone, Happy New Year. Happy New Year. Wow.
Just says wow.
Wow.
I don't know if that... maybe that's an acronym or something.
Could be. We're
We're
on alligator guns.
We're on alligator guns.
We're on alligator
We're on
guns.
alligator guns. All right, cool.
Steve here says, Happy New Year, fam. What's up? Happy New Year. See you next year, says Jesse. And Sherry here says, this is going to be my year. Lots of stuff to come. Absolutely, this is totally going to be your year. Hopefully this is going to be our year. It's going to be everybody's year, man.
Yeah, well, you know...
Because the pandemic thing wasn't even quite over this year. And then it's finally, over.
It's finally, everyone's like, all right, we can kind of... I think we can get back to normal.
Yeah. I mean, I know the president a little while said it was, a while back, said it was officially over, but it wasn't whenever he said it. But I think maybe he scared him off.
It was like hopeful
I think
faking.
he scared him off. I think he said it, and the virus just started,
just like, oh, he's serious.
He went running. COVID was like, I'm out of here. I don't have to do any of that.
Maybe. Well, yeah, I just know, the vibe the past couple of years was like, all right, nobody say this is going to be your year. We're all just going to be quiet.
Right.
And we're
Be
just going to
quiet.
hold our breath and see
Chill.
what happens.
Chill.
But I feel like, it feels like something has lifted a little bit.
Right.
And everyone's like, yeah, no, 2023 is going to be awesome.
Yeah. But we do have some top 10 stuff, top 10 resolutions to talk about. And we've got some cool little, New Year's tidbits.
Yeah, we found funny. We just kind of scoured the internet on Reddit and Awkward and Twitter and sites where people just post
where all the cool
their
kids go.
shenanigans,
Right.
And we found some funny stuff. So.
But before we get into that, Kyle, what have you been up to this past? I mean, it's been 2 weeks since we've talked to these people.
It has been 2 weeks. Well, I don't know. I think most people are watching from Georgia.
Yeah.
Or Southeast, but it was really cold.
Yeah.
The wind chill got to 20 below, which is insane. I grew up in Wisconsin, and it would get like that every year. But I know we had a pipe freeze at the house.
Yeah.
But it was at the well, so I had to take a heat gun and like thaw it out until the pressure read. And it was
fun.
It was really cold.
Being out there in the cold with like a blow dryer.
Yeah, I was kind of like, I don't know if this is gonna work, but Google said to try it,
Right.
and it worked. So
Yeah.
but I ended up insulating it. I had a roll of insulation, so went and put some extra insulation.
And how was your holidays?
It was good. I went and hung out with my folks.
Yeah.
And it was just very laid back and chill.
Yeah.
And we opened presents early at our house because it's so cold. We're like, it's so cold. Christmas it's coming early. Hey,
I just want to smile.
We're like, distract yourselves.
I'm tired of shivering. I hope I open up a blanket.
So, what have you been up to this week?
I have been just busy all the time. I'm so tired today.
Yeah.
'Cause I think too, like, I had like a pinched nerve thing going on. Remember, I had to do that. Went to the chiropractor a couple of times. It's finally working its way out. Still get some tingles and stuff, but it's getting there. Just working my butt off at the shop and doing the whole online Gidly Doos and all the events and stuff that we've had going on, because we had a bunch of community stuff, because during the holidays, so like all kinds of like different community events and stuff that we were doing, and hanging out. Did holiday stuff. We did it early as well. What's up, B-Ham Rocks?
Oh, BM Rocks is here.
What's up, man?
Sweet.
And I've just been doing that, staying busy. I know we've been trying to prep for doing the booking job for Dark Sales, and we're prepping for next year. It's like we got a bunch of stuff coming up next year, hopefully.
Yeah, we have like there are a bunch of shows on the books. We're gonna announce probably like before spring, but probably in February-ish, I think, is when we'll be like fully announcing stuff. But we're adding shows, so we also want people to know where we need to go next year and where you want to see us, where we need to go back to.
Right.
Because we're kind of getting our lists and checking them twice and figuring out who was naughty or nice. And
Right.
Gonna go back out on tour
I'm
next
telling
year.
you, some of them venues were pretty naughty.
So we definitely want to hear. So you can do it on here, or you can message us, or you can subscribe to our blog and comment.
Yeah. Or just tell us right now.
Just keep in touch with us and let us know. 'Cause
Nancy
we
here
are
says,
freaking
I hope y'all had a great Christmas. Thank
okay.
you. Yeah, I hope you had a great Christmas.
Amazing.
Hope you and your family had a great
Christmas.
as well. But yeah, so we've got tons of stuff coming up for the next year, and that's the whole thing, man. It's this weird time of the year where it's like you start reflecting on what you did all this year. And I know me personally, there's a lot of change, a lot of growth in different areas, a lot of just blues,
Yeah.
if that makes sense.
Like hitting the reset button
Hit the
on a bunch of
reset
stuff,
button
yeah.
on a bunch of stuff, man. Trying to get everything back, because we die and stuff. We say this all the time. We die and stuff.
We say that. Yeah.
So
to anyone we meet. Usually,
yeah,
it comes out.
So do what makes you happy, and don't sit in misery. And I know, like, this past year, like, everything we've been doing has moved things into like such a better like position.
Yeah.
And now, like, just with the band, but like personally, both of us personally, like how we've looked at things, how we've been able to view things. And that's why it's exciting to see that next year we'll be like adding some show dates and getting back out there, but not having to like force ourselves to do something because we're trying to.
You're trying to make an independent band budget.
Yeah.
And well, like, I remember that's how. I think too. It's like that's why there are a lot of bands that like they're like, we're gonna go out on tour this year, and then we're gonna take a break. We're gonna write an album, and then we're gonna go out again, because you do kind of need some time to reset.
Oh,
I
yeah.
know when we were like touring all year for years straight, like it ends up being like, okay, I just got to get this done.
Yeah.
And that's all you really think about. You get like, it's like Office Space, but you're musicians. You know
Right,
what I mean? You're
right.
like, on Mondays.
Yeah. Steve here says definitely Hi-Fi Clyde's in Chattanooga is always fun. Yes.
Yes,
That is a great
Chattanooga's
place.
awesome.
We dig that place. But yeah, so like we're not having to like, I don't know, just hurry up, rush, fill the calendar. You know, it's more like, let's go where we want to go. Let's go where, you know, we want to see you guys. Let's do that. Let's go where you guys want us to go. And not feel so pressured into like, oh shit, like I've got to do this. And a lot of that is thanks to you guys. The supporters we have on Patreon, and you guys go check out the merch stores and stuff. That stuff helps out a whole bunch. That's been a big lifesaver and through all of this.
Yeah, like helps us go and progress with what you're doing, because it's really weird being an independent musician.
Well, a lot of people don't realize too.
Yeah.
Like, you know, bands like if you have a band set up the way that most should be, you have bills.
Yeah.
You know, you have bills to pay. You know, so every month you've got to pay these bills, man. And like whenever everything went down and we couldn't afford to go out because we were, you know, scared of getting sick, or the venues wasn't, or we've had a lot of
places were closed.
Yeah. You know, it's like you guys really turned out. Nancy here says Clemson.
Clemson, yeah,
That would be a cool place.
We've had some good times in Clemson.
Yeah, I know. Like the one place we played in Clemson that was really good was that Loose Change. But like it's weird because it's like this, like you're on the floor kind of venue.
It's like you are all in this pit together.
Yeah,
kind of feeling.
It's cool though.
It's fun.
It's cool.
Yeah.
I really dig it. I really enjoy it. Especially I think with our new PA we could make that room sound really nice. Victoria here says Happy New Year's. Woo!
Sure says Savannah. Come back to Savannah. Yeah, Savannah.
Savannah.
Awesome.
Yeah. Savannah in March. I'll be down there. Are you doing like some kind of paranormal investigation kind of thing? Is that what you're doing down there in March? I believe so, right?
Yeah.
I mean, come on, it's you. Come on. But yeah, so let's get into some of our stuff, man. Let's talk about some of these funny.
Okay, so I found.
By the way, before we do, let us know what you guys are doing for New Year's. Are you making resolutions? What are you doing? All right.
So I found this. It was just, I think this was on Reddit. This is this person named at Peyton N. Hag, maybe. I don't know, whatever. He just wrote, $5 a week has been coming out of my bank account for months now, and I only just realized that I adopted a baby kangaroo named Poppy on New Year's Eve when I was destroyed.
Nice. Like, can you imagine
I
that?
just picture someone being like, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to adopt this kangaroo, man. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
And he blacks out and forgets about it
Right.
and then gets a bill. Like, where's this $5 a week coming from?
That is hilarious.
That is funny.
Yeah. Nancy here says Barrel House South is fun. Yeah, I like that place too.
That place is cool.
I like it. I think we'll probably definitely be trying to hit up there again. What's another one?
Oh, so someone wrote, all right. He said, okay, so we were out for New Year's Eve, and our one drunk buddy tried to shoot a firework while holding it in his mouth. But he tightened his mouth too hard, and the fireworks never flew. Instead, they exploded right on top of him, and he ended up with his face completely black from the powder and with some pretty severe burns. He said 2 policemen were standing next to us when this happened, and they told him it was the stupidest thing they had seen all year, and it wasn't midnight yet.
Right. Fun. Sherry says, yeah, Sorrel Weed House. Awesome. Very cool. I don't know if I've heard of that one. I'll have to look into it.
Yeah, we'll look into that.
Nancy here says, we haven't seen you in Florida yet.
Florida, yeah.
We've got some plans to get back
We do
down
have some
there.
plans to go back
Yeah.
through Florida. So,
Not announced yet, but plans.
But yeah, we like Florida.
Look out for that.
All right, this one said, this is called Midnight Miss. A few years ago, I was heading towards this guy I really liked to give him a New Year's Eve kiss, when his friend totally cut me off and insisted that we kiss. It was extremely awkward, but I was pretty tipsy, and I believe my response was just an actual shrug. The kiss that followed was extremely brief and awkward. I think he was and probably still is the kind of guy who thinks girls just fawn all over him.
Oh my goodness.
So yeah, that's funny. Like you build up the courage and be like, oh, because that's the thing is it's like, everyone's got to get a kiss on New Year's. So
Right.
you're just like, hey, you want to kiss? And they have no idea that you've been like thinking about it all year.
Yeah.
And you're like waiting for your moment, and then someone just swoops in and they're like, hey, so it's New Year's.
New Year's.
And you're like, sure.
Right. Nancy also says Merle's Inlet.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. I don't know if that is on the books yet. there are a few that are like they're booked out.
Yeah.
But I know we do have South Carolina dates for sure.
Yeah.
And
But Murrells Inlet specifically,
Murrells Inlet specifically. It's a good time.
Yeah, it's
the
cool.
river walk, like all the music that goes on there, it's awesome.
Yeah.
This is funny. It says, okay, coming home from a New Year's Eve party last night, we stopped for pizza. The super drunk guy in front of us told us that he was going to pay for our pizza, and he kind of made a big deal about it.
Yeah.
But then he fumbled with the machine, almost forgot his card, and dropped his pizza on the floor outside of the pizza place. So we went up and we asked the cashier if he had paid for our pizza, and she double checked and said, actually, no, he didn't even pay for his own pizza. So we ended up paying for his pizza.
That's awesome.
It's like, Happy New Year! I'm gonna pay you for your pizza!
Right.
Everybody gets pizza! At least he didn't pay for anything.
Oh my god! You know what we could do? Man, we do the Murrells Inlet thing. We make it like a fam show, and like we go up there, but we could hang out like an extra day or something. We all go to like.
Yeah, I mean that area. There's like stuff
There's,
to
like,
do.
cool stuff
There's
to
like
do.
it's Myrtle Beach and Murrells
Yeah.
Inlet. Yeah,
There's stuff to hang out and do.
Yeah.
That'd be rad.
I always like if we can spending an extra day there.
Yeah.
Because it's like you can just. It's a cool place to hang
Yeah.
out and relax. Okay. Well, maybe we'll come back to that one. This one's kind of similar. All right, this is called. This weird guy showed up at my friend's New Year's Eve party and refused to be touched by anyone, handshakes, etc. He got really, really drunk, and someone caught him taking a crap in a flower pot. His name was Grant, and he kept telling everybody that he was an F-16 stunt pilot for various films, but another guy at the party knew who he was and said he was a plumber. I'm sorry.
Man.
Like, the guy just shows up and
Yes.
he's like, oh no, you can't shake my hand.
Right.
I'm a fighter pilot.
I'm a fighter pilot. Sorry. You know, it's weird. Like I don't know. Like, do you have any weird like stories? I mean, I do remember. I have one, but I didn't do it. I just observed it.
Okay, all right, go. I don't know if I have any weird New Year's Eve stories.
Yeah. Well, I know. Like, okay, like back in the day, we would throw parties. Me and my brother lived together, and we would throw parties at our house. And we had a New Year's Eve party, and we set up like we thought it was so cool. Like, you know me. So I'm like, oh, we're gonna set up this whole thing, and we're gonna do this whole thing. So we had
like it's more fun planning the party than having the party.
Yeah. So I'm like, we set up like a DJ booth that's gonna have music and like a dance room, so everybody could dance. And then you have over here is where you get the drinks and everybody's partying. You go outside, hang out. So
It's like a real party.
It's like a real party.
Yeah.
And the DJ booth dancing spot was a real big hit. And one of our really good close friends, I'm gonna, just in case, I'm gonna name him as P.
As P.
As P.
Mr. P.
Mr. P.
Okay, I know who Mr. P is. I think I do.
He got really inebriated, and during one of the songs, and if you know Mr. P, this is like it was out of character, but it was like the most amazing thing. He jumped down and did the worm.
Yeah.
Like I remember just like
Mr. P did the worm.
Mr. P did the worm. He like dropped down on the floor like whoop,
And it was good.
and it was good.
That's great. I feel
Like, it was like,
I feel
holy
like
cow.
all y'all need to meet Mr. P and then go like, what?
No, it's like he was practicing it.
He was practicing.
He had to have practiced it because it was so.
because it was
good.
that good.
It was either that or he had like like the courage, the liquid courage in him. It's
Right.
like, oh, I can just do this.
I can do this.
I'm
And then
fucking Superman.
And then he did.
Yeah. It was ridiculous.
That's funny.
But that's basically that's all I got, man. Like New Year's Eve, there hasn't ever really been a lot. I mean, we've always played some shows.
We've played. Yeah, it's like a lot of times we were playing shows New Year's
And
Eve.
see, that story for me is like pre us even. doing
Yeah,
that.
like pre-music.
Yeah.
Not
Not
pre-music.
There's
but
nothing pre-music. man.
Pre-Roshambeaux.
Yeah.
No, I always think like, yeah, we were either playing a show or I wanted to have a really quiet New Year's.
Right.
Or another, like one of our friends was playing and we'd go sit in.
Yeah.
I remember like we'd do that every once in a while too.
Right.
And so yeah, it was like you're either just working or you're like, no, we're gonna have champagne at the house and it's gonna be real quiet.
Right. I mean, do you guys have any weird stories? Anything that's like that you observed or you did? Which I feel like it'd be funner if you did.
You can either if you did do it and you're too embarrassed, you can say someone else
Oh,
Get
yeah.
it?
Oh, yeah.
But
Yeah.
if you saw it and you just want to look cool, you can say it was you. And,
Right.
And like,
I very well could
we'll
have
just
done
be
the
like,
worm.
yeah, sure, awesome, man.
I didn't
It's
do
the
the worm.
internet. You can lie
Right.
on the internet.
Yeah, it's fun. It's fun. It's a fun thing. What's the next one? Something else weird.
This is picked up a smoking habit is what it's called. All right, I'll never forget New Year's 1997. That was a while ago.
Yeah.
When I first smoked a cigarette to impress a boy, the guy I was crushing on was the most handsome guy in school, and everyone loved him, including me. Sadly, it was unrequited. He was into another girl, but she was busy puking on that particular New Year's Eve. So I was good enough to hang out with him. I don't think she's got like a little bit of issues, I guess. But
Yeah, I guess she's got issues. Red flag.
we left the party to smoke a cigarette in the alley, and I thought I was finally in. But we even went to go see Goldeneye the next week. The Gold. This is like the most 90s post ever.
Then we went back home and played it on 64.
The next week, and I truly thought that we would be married soon. But the next week I couldn't go out, so he took out this other girl named Zoe to see beautiful girls, and just like that, it was over. My time with him was fleeting, but my time with cigarettes lasted years later.
It's awful. It's awful.
So that's all we have.
Nancy says...
New Year's gone wrong and became a smoker for years.
Nancy says here, Steve and I saw y'all in Highlands on New Year's a couple years ago. Yeah.
Yeah,
That
I
place was
remember.
like chill.
It was chill.
I remember, yeah, that's what I can remember about that place. It was pretty chill. Like, you'd have, like, big crowd, then you'd have, like, not so big of a crowd, but then you'd have another big crowd. But every time it was pretty chill. And I believe the New Year's one, if it's the show I'm thinking about, I remember that one being, like, a party. Being pretty good.
Yeah, I remember. I think that was like an at capacity show. I think. Not that was like a huge place, but like,
No.
but yeah, it was. I remember it was pretty bumping.
Sherry here says, I got thrown into a huge cardboard box a long time ago by my friends. Seems kind of lame now. Yeah.
Like Happy New Year!
Happy New Year! Yeah! Get in the box. What did they do once you were in the box? Did they just put you in the box? Did they close it up? Because that could be interesting. What's awful is like this lady in the story, you know, like you find this guy, you think, oh, it's gonna go great, this and that, but then she just has a smoking habit.
Yeah.
She's like, oh,
Like, this is how I started smoking.
But
Started
she's-
smoking on New Year's
she
Eve.
sounds like she's got issues either way.
That's kind of, yeah, the whole like,
You
well, I was
know.
good enough to hang out with him because so and so was puking, and I'm like, dude, girl, you're good enough to hang out with anybody.
Right?
Shut
Maybe
the
she
fuck
wasn't. Maybe she was crazy. It sounds like she was crazy. Nancy says it was packed. Yeah. She says, just laugh. That's what they did. Like, haha, she's in a box. Oh, that's, yeah. Huh.
Okay. This
Those
is
bastards.
This is a short one.
This is your year, Sherry. You put them in a box. See, you motherfuckers are going in a box this time. That's what I do. All right. Next story.
Actually, you know what? I remember one New Year's party. I don't know. It didn't really seem that crazy at the time, but I guess maybe it sounds crazy. We did this whole thing. We just called it duct tape.
Right.
And what you did is you put two people on the wall in a chair.
Yeah.
And they put their arms and legs out however they could, and you duct tape them to the wall, and then you kick the chair out, and then you timed them to see like whoever stayed up the longest won. But we found out the hard way that there needs to be someone standing by with a knife because this one girl like almost choked to death.
Oh my God.
Because she like was like whatever was strapped across her chest, she like slipped.
Yeah,
and,
dude.
Like, so I remember one guy was like, "We gotta get a knife," and like had to like cut her out, but not all the way because we wanted to see like who's gonna fall down.
Right, yeah, just
first.
cut her on her arms. That way she'll fall deeper into
Yeah.
it. No,
and
don't do that.
I think she won too, because I think it wasn't two. I think it was like however many people you put on the wall. I think it was at least three.
Right.
And I know like we did it in rounds because like everyone wanted to get duct taped to the wall.
Yeah.
And
I've always wanted to do
that
one
sounds
of those.
pretty crazy now that I think about it. But
Have you guys ever seen those places where they have those Velcro suits and Velcro walls and you can run and just jump on them?
you stick.
Yeah, you stick. I've always wanted to do that.
I wonder if you could do like a Spider-Man thing.
Oh, yeah, that'd be cool. That'd
And
be
like
cool.
climb up the wall.
That'd be cool.
That'd be really cool.
It'd be fun. All right, next story.
This is really short. It just says, on New Year's Eve, we saw a guy peeing in the middle of a busy road, flipping off cars driving by. It was 7 p.m.
All right, last
And then
one.
the last one, this is the tweet that did not age well. It says, this was tweeted on January 1st, 2019, early in the morning. It says, I've already broken my New Year's Eve resolutions, but I'm optimistic about 2020.
Nice. So what are you guys doing for New Year's? What are you guys doing? You know what I mean? Are you making resolutions? If so, what are your resolutions? Before we get to that, we're going to do our top 10 after this, but we want to remind you guys that our merch stuff is over there on Store Frontier to keep you warm. Go to storefrontier.com/Roshambeaux, all sizes, extra small.
Got zip hoodies,
Triple
got
XL.
raglan tees, got
Yeah.
joggers.
Yeah, I honestly, I always look at these and I'm like, God, I need those. Like the black cowboy tee, because then it doesn't say the band name on it. And I can just wear that, and nobody knows.
This is something that we need to ask y'all about as well, is when we go back out on the road. We're always going to have our online store, but we like to take merch with us on the road. And we want to know what y'all want to see at shows, if there's a specific design, or if we need to do an exclusive design that you can only get at shows.
True.
And then all the other stuff is online.
Right.
But let us know y'all's thoughts about that, because that's kind of going to be going along with our plan for next year.
Right. Absolutely. Other than that, go get something. Go get it.
I just found if you're not into doing resolutions, maybe one of these will convince you to do a New Year's resolution, and you can stick to it and keep it.
Right.
Right. Because I think it's 80%. It's over 80% of New Year's resolutions are not kept all year.
Right.
All right. So
Most people, they try to they set themselves up to get the long step, and they're supposed to be taking the short steps.
Yeah.
You know?
Exactly.
Yeah. They're like, oh no, jump.
Yeah.
Like,
exactly.
No. Just
be like,
take the
I'm
next
going to think more about health this year, instead of be like, I'm gonna join a gym, I'm gonna lose 80 pounds, and I'm gonna be a monster.
Right.
It's no, just be just ease into it.
set up for failure.
Yeah, set yourself up for.
All right, but these are the top 10 resolutions.
Yeah,
I guess done by survey.
I don't know. They were just they were just funny ones that we found.
Yeah.
And it wasn't they're not a top 10 of what people are going to do. Although I really hope it is.
Oh, okay.
Maybe we could start something.
And that's where we're at.
Everyone's got to pick one of these.
All right, here we go. All right, number 10.
All right. My New Year's resolution is to be more optimistic by keeping my cup half full of whiskey.
Of whiskey.
All right.
Okay.
My New Year's resolution is to start buying lottery tickets at a luckier store.
That's fair.
Be because that's where you've been messing up, man.
That's the whole thing, man.
My New Year's resolution is to stop hanging out with people who ask me about my New Year's resolutions.
That's fair. That way they don't
There you go.
follow up.
So, that one could be one for you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You're nah, I don't want to do it. Nah, I don't want to talk about it.
Right.
Go for it. You can do it. My New Year's resolution is to think of a password other than password.
Fair.
That's fair. You should definitely do that.
I feel like people would guess that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to know what the percentage is of people that use password.
Oh, yeah.
And, if that's why, all the people are my account got hacked. Because
Oh, yeah.
you always have a friend,
Yeah.
on, Facebook or Instagram or something, and they're my account got hacked, I had to make a new one.
What was your password?
This is
1, 2, 3, 4.
1, 2, 3, 4 password. Yeah, maybe that's it. I don't know.
Right.
My New Year's resolution is to no longer waste time reliving the past. Instead, I will spend more time worrying about the future.
Yeah. It's like my life.
I will not sit in my living room all day in my underwear. I will just stay in bed. This year, I will stop boring my boss with the same excuse for taking the day off. I will think of more excuses.
Yeah. Fair.
Oh, there's a concept.
I think if you're going to make excuses not to go into work, you got to come up with some good, good stuff.
Yeah,
Make it real weird.
And don't say someone died.
No, make
Don't
it
say
something
someone
where
died.
it's just so bizarre they're confused. So they're not gonna be oh yeah,
Yeah, like
They're
you
calling
don't
in.
know anybody named Sheila in your life, and you're like, Sheila called me this morning, and
Yeah.
shit's going down at the farm.
Yeah.
You know, and like, and you don't have a farm,
Right. I gotta be there.
Yeah.
And if
Be
I'm
like-
not there.
Be like, I'm so sorry. Like, I think I can come in at 11.
Yeah.
But I'll call you at 10:30.
Yeah.
And then you call him at 1, and then like you get like goat noises in the background. Like,
Yeah.
and he's like, I'm sorry, man. I'm on my way, but I gotta drop this thing off first.
Get inventive to
Yeah.
where whenever
Yeah.
you do, like, you know, call into work, you're spending all day working to make sure you don't have to go into work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then they're gonna be like, dude, just stay home. It's fine.
Yeah, just do your
you got it.
thing.
You like, you know, if you need to take tomorrow too, like that sounds like that's a lot. You know, just call me on Wednesday.
All right, next one.
Okay. To conserve water, I will do a little less laundry and use a little more deodorant.
There we go.
All right. I will spend at least one night this year ending each and every sip of my drink with an enthusiastic, ah, baby.
Sounds like something you just do anyway.
Yeah. All right, and number 10 is I will start a band, break up, and reform without a bass player.
Hey.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see here. Nancy says, no resolutions, but I like to go into the new year with a clean house. You know, that's always good.
Yeah.
I like a clean house in general, but like when you're going in, you know, it's like start fresh. You know, it's like if you're going to go in, you're a painter, right? You're not going to like have this old canvas where you had all this other shit. You need fucking new canvas. Mm-hmm. You know, and it's going to be beautiful. Mm-hmm. Sherry here says, chilling in my living room. I'm going hard with my paranormal stuff next year, though. Absolutely.
Cool.
You need to, man. You know, whatever you're passionate about, do it. We die.
Mm-hmm.
We die and stuff. Do it. Steve here says, I'm going to be a 6-state Roshambeaux groupie.
All right.
I'm going to hold you to it.
Cool.
And it says extra clean.
Extra clean.
Extra clean. All right. Do you have any resolutions? Do you like it whenever I talk like this when my voice goes up really high?
I was thinking about that the other day of, like, you know you have a good friend when you walk into the room and one of you's like, hey,
Yeah.
bud, hey, man. You kind of like the first initials is like, so how you doing?
Yeah.
If you have a friend like that, they're a really good friend.
Tommy, do you have any resolutions? Do you have anything that you've been thinking about?
I have been
Besides, like,
thinking
just
about it,
loving me
but
more.
I don't know. So, like, last year, we decided we were just come up with one word to tell yourself, like, something that you just need to focus on this year. And I jokingly, mine was, like, enough.
Right.
And I remember going home and thinking about that after the vlog and being like, you know, why don't I do that next year? Like, anytime I feel like I need to, like, a moment to myself, like, just say enough.
Right.
And figure out what about the situation is enough. And if it's like whether you're eating a really good meal and you're full and you say enough, or whether you're like, you know what, I've been working on this for 9 hours straight, I'm going to take a break and do this tomorrow, this is enough.
Right.
Or just whatever it is. And that was actually really helpful, and it was like kind of a funny joke, but that actually did kind of help me out this year a lot.
Yeah.
And I've been thinking a lot about how everyone in any situation is always tired of something. And I feel like when you're tired and worn out about something, if there is someone there that is able to just give you a little bit of relief, even if it's just by like being there or just whatever that is, like that type of energy of being relieved when you're tired.
Yeah.
And I want to figure out a way to like foster that energy more.
Yeah.
So I don't know like what my word's going to be, but like that's kind of something that I want to focus on a little bit more. Like now
Yeah.
that I've had this journey of like figure out what's enough for yourself and like and be able to like have that be a part of who you are and that's like the vibe you bring kind of a thing.
Right.
So like but I don't really know like how to sum them up in one word.
Yeah.
But I'll think about it. I got like 2 days. So.
Yeah. Steve here says there's a 62% chance I'll finish writing my 3rd book, Trouble.
Trouble.
We would love for you to do that.
That'd be cool.
Create, people.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody out there listening, create. Do it.
It's like, I don't know. Like we talk, like say like this is a philosophy show. But I really do think like you talk about like what's a good purpose to life. I think we make purpose in life. I don't think there's like an objective purpose to life.
You are purpose.
I think it's like you.
Oh.
I think it's like you get to decide that, and that's cool.
Right. Yeah.
But I think if there was like an objective purpose, I think it's like we're supposed to create stuff.
Yeah.
And because like that just.
I mean, whether that even just be the situation around you.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be like, oh, I made this sculpture or
Yeah,
anything.
exactly.
Like it's just like you're here in the moment to like make something.
Yeah.
And I think that's like when you feel the best.
Yeah. Nancy here says harmony. You know, I like that one. You know?
Harmony, yeah.
The other thing for me, like, I haven't really gave much thought. I mean, I've thought a lot about how this past year has gone. And I've thought a lot about, like, the things and steps I need to do to make next year the way I want it to be. But, like, I think the real sum of it is more or less to just do my best.
Mm.
And, like, don't, like, be, like... Okay, fireside chat. For the past, you know...
Hang on, let me get my...
Yeah. So,
Yeah, okay.
for the past, you know, few years, you know, I've always talked about this with Kyle, an on switch, you know. And there's this on switch that you've got to turn on. You know, whether that be sitting in front of the camera like this, whether that be playing a show, this, that, and the other. The problem about this whole on switch thing is that, like, before in my life, that was just me. There was no switch involved.
Mm.
You know,
You just like always had to turn it on.
that was just me.
Yeah.
I didn't have to turn anything on. That's just me. And because what happened was that I was getting in the way of myself, and other things in my life were stressing me, and like it was always this anxiety-ridden thing within myself, causing like, you know, sickness, whether that be like anxiety problems, high blood pressure stuff, all these kind of things that would happen. And you know, some of that stuff's physical as well. You know, not putting all of it on that, but like re-experiencing self, and like what I am, what I want to be, and where I want to be.
Yeah.
You know, and like not having that, oh, I've got to hit a switch to get this thing. It's like, no, I want to be myself again.
Well, I feel like this. I remember us talking about that. It was always when we were tired.
Yeah.
And you're like, okay, we have 2 more shows this week, and I haven't slept very well in the past 2 or 3 nights.
Right.
And you're like, I remember like, yeah, like being on the side of the stage or backstage or about to go on and just being like, I'm like this. And then you go on and you're like, okay.
Right. Hey.
And it's like, yeah, that on switch
Yeah.
was like, it wasn't an on switch. It was like turn the knob all the way over kind of
Yeah.
a thing.
Yeah. Flood the room.
Yeah. And I kind of like that idea of like, you're always on.
Yeah.
But you don't have to like, there's never a reason to like just have to turn the dial up. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Well, I mean,
Like-
because like doing anything, no matter what you're doing, whether if you're selling stuff and, you know, working in retail, or if you're, you know, performing on stage, it's like over the years we've definitely understood the importance of just being you.
yeah.
Not trying to like do something like, you know, because you think you have to.
Yeah, you can't be someone else better than that other person can be themselves.
Right, and you know, you guys have seen us live. The reason I say stupid shit in the mic is because I would say stupid shit to you anyway.
Yeah.
You know, like, because that's what it is. You know, there's no in between. Like, I don't want it to be this persona thing or this. Because there's a lot of bands that do that sort of thing, and that's, you know, that's their gig. They do it. That stuff's cool too.
Well, you're starting out and you're thinking of like, I want to be in this kind of band and it's
Right.
this kind of music and I want it to look like this and come off like this.
Right.
And I understand like if those things are you,
Yeah, that's cool.
then yeah. But if you're like trying to warp yourself to fit in this weird box that you made because you think it's cool,
Right.
but like cool is subjective.
And that's like
You
trying
know?
to tie it into the whole band thing, because like the biggest thing is like don't let yourself lose yourself.
Yeah.
You know, because it's easy. You know, life is troubling, life is hard, life is beautiful, life is awesome, life is easy. So don't let yourself get lost in the muck of all of it. You know, and that's the biggest thing for me is like I've realized that I lost myself a lot, and I don't like. I want to come out of that. I want to be me again.
Mm-hmm.
You
Yeah.
know? Does that make sense to you guys? Does that make any sense? I hope it makes sense. Does it make sense to you?
It makes a lot of sense to me.
Yeah.
I know, like, I feel like, I don't know, maybe not everyone feels that way.
Right.
But, like, I really feel that way. Like, a lot of times you're like, what am I doing? Why am I trying to be like this?
Right.
And when I can just be like this and it's fine.
I mean, why you got to be like that? You know what I mean? All you got to do is trust.
Know that I like you.
Yeah, you got
the way
to
that you are.
trust in yourself. Sounds like a good song. Sherry says, I agree. There you go. See, I'm not the only one. It's just bizarre. But that's my biggest thing I've been thinking about this year. I don't mean to keep babbling on.
Yeah, no, that's good.
But it's a whole thing. But be honest, be truthful. Do all that sort of thing. You know, don't think you have to do anything. I mean, honestly, I remember when we first started doing these vlogs, like I would get like this weird nervous anxiety before we even got on camera.
Yeah, well, it's weird.
Because you're worried about like
it's very
doing
weird.
something. It's like no, you need to just be you. The
I
whole
remember
time.
thinking like
Forever.
you have to pretend the camera's not there, and then that didn't really work.
Yeah.
So I think it's like no, I think you get used to stuff too. Because I remember like think about the first time you ever played in front of someone. Like it's like I mean like when you were a kid or something.
Right.
And it's like it sucks when you're new.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what you're doing. Like your first show, it's gonna suck, and your first time on camera, it's gonna suck. And the first time you do,
you try to pretend like the camera's not there, because like sometimes I try to pretend like Kyle's not here.
no, I like now I go like no, the camera's right there, and I can see myself on the screen here, and I can read comments and stuff, and like, but I think a lot of it too is you have to get over the fear of sucking.
No, because we suck, man.
And like,
this is
well,
awesome.
it's just I think like in general, like when you're doing something, we're like, we're gonna start doing a podcast.
Yeah.
Or we're gonna start playing shows, and it's like, and they sucked. They totally did because it was your first time.
Yeah.
And like, why are you gonna be like a seasoned pro at something if you haven't even done it once?
Right.
And
Victoria here says, y'all are both the best, exactly who and how y'all are.
aw,
But yeah, like, yeah, that's it. Real quick before we get into our wrap up, go over there on Patreon if you're not on there already. We see a lot of you guys here that are already on there, and you guys are the best. Like I said earlier in the video, you guys are like the reason why we're able to do what we do, and the reason why we've been able to make it through. You know, like our bills are able to get paid because of people like you guys. And I know like the video thing has kind of changed. We don't quite have a facility yet to do the video shoots because everything that's been going on with me.
but
we were
I
shooting.
think I have some ideas.
We have some ideas.
And I think that's probably what we're going to be working on next
Yeah,
week.
but hopefully you guys enjoyed the things that we did provide. We did the free MP3. We thought that was at least you have something tangible to listen to. If any of you listened to it.
And then we
thought it was good.
tried a lyric video
The lyric video the month before. I know like Blue Christmas was a big deal for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that was like my nanny's thing.
Yeah, that's
So the
right.
whole time I'm mixing it, I'm sitting there thinking about her the whole time.
Yeah.
So it was a big deal for me. But even for a little as $1, you guys, if you're watching this and you're not over there, go check it out, man. We do a lot of cool stuff over there. We try to make sure it's worth it. It's not just a sign up, get a free sticker, and that's it, and that's the end of the story. Go check it out. We're like interactive over there as much as we can be.
Y'all get on in there because we're going to be planning the next project for next month.
Yeah.
And we thought maybe we'd go back on because there's a bunch of really awesome requests just hanging in limbo on Patreon that I kind of want to go back to.
And we know all you guys are busy too. You know, you're busy like trying to sum up the new year. You got to clean up all your Christmas decorations, all that kind of stuff.
Okay, yeah. I want to know when is it too long to have your Christmas tree up?
March.
Okay. All right, cool. I don't think I've ever done that.
What's up, Rico? I need the wasabi by the seat of my pants. Absolutely.
What's up? You know, I got some. I texted you about it.
You did.
We got some mustard wasabi raspberry spread something, and I was like, "Do you want this?"
It didn't really sound. I mean, it sounds like it would be interesting to try. I would try it.
Yeah, like I'm really interested, but I was like, do any of my friends really like wasabi?
Right.
And then they'll be like, hey, you'll appreciate this more, like, cause I'm sure I'll like it, cause I like different.
You should have brought it.
mustards
We
and
would have just done the finger test.
We'll bring it next time.
Do the test.
We'll do a little thing with it, and we'll see if it's good.
Take mine down New Year's Day. That's what most people do.
I think that's what a lot of people do.
Yeah.
I think I'm always late. I think it's always like the first week of January.
Right.
It's like a little.
I don't have any up personally, but I know here at the shop we've got a few Christmas decorations. Nothing crazy. See
You
if you're
could just leave it up and then just keep decorating it.
keep decorating.
You
it.
could be like, hey, we're gonna put on like little hearts on it.
Oh right.
And then like 4-leaf clovers, and then maybe like Easter eggs.
I thought it was kind of funny though, because for
Yeah, you just
Halloween
keep
we
it
like
going up.
decorated for Halloween, but then for Christmas it's like, oh, we'll have this little tree over here.
Yeah.
Steve here says, I passed a house a few days ago that has their Halloween decorations up already.
All right.
Nice.
Getting into it.
Mustard Rico raspberry. Yeah.
Okay.
Took mine down yesterday. It was 3 items, so yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like here at the store we'll probably just take them
we
down
just had
soon.
a tree up. We
Yeah.
didn't do anything else.
Probably do it tomorrow. Who knows?
Yeah, maybe.
But yeah, that's doing it. Like, Rico, do you have any New Year's resolutions or anything? Do you have any cool New Year's stories or anything like that to share with us before we go? But like, to me, I think that's what New Year's is about. What we've been talking about. You know, you do reflect upon the last year, and you try to like foresee the year ahead. And
Yeah.
the thing is life is full of like ups, downs, and bad things and good things, and you know that the year is going to be full of both.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we can always wish for the better, but even when the bad things happen, it's still a lesson to be learned. So it's still a positive, right? I know that sounds like Captain Optimist, but like,
Well, I think too is I've kind of been learning that like right now you are at your best,
yeah,
and that best might not be good enough for something that you're trying to do.
right,
So don't worry about like if today is not good enough, like make tomorrow a little bit better if you can. And like if you have that mentality, like you get good at stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If you're just like, no, I'm just gonna try to do this a little bit better because that sucked.
right.
You know?
And a fair point by Rico here. Don't make resolutions during New Year's. I do it all during the year also.
Yeah.
You know, that's the thing. Why leave it to one day to better yourself? You know, always continue to better yourself the best you can. You know, and try not to beat yourself up too hard. Because I know, like me personally, man, I have a bad habit of beating myself up.
Yeah.
I do it bad. Like over the winter time and during everything that happened, you know, like I put on like a couple of pounds, not like a lot. I mean, look at me, I don't look like crazy, but a couple of pounds, and I'm like, God, I can't believe I did that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you're trying to get your diet back on. And all that stuff. And,
Someone told me that pay attention to the negative things you think about,
yeah.
and try to find out if that voice in your head is saying you should do this.
Right.
And because if the voice in your head is saying like you're a failure or that's messed up, why are you doing that?
Right.
It's not you,
Yeah.
because you don't talk to yourself that way. You say, I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that. And I thought that was really weird because I don't think I'd ever thought about that before. But it does kind of seem like when you're in this negative zone, it feels like there's something else there telling you, and it's not
Right.
you telling yourself that.
Yeah.
And I think it's like, well, you want to be yourself, like,
Yeah.
so don't listen to that voice.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But that's going to do it for us, you guys. Happy New Year's. We miss all of you guys. Steve, Nancy, Rico, Sherry, Victoria, Jesse, everybody. We miss you guys. We love you guys so much. Thanks for being here with us. We won't be here next week, but we will be here the following week with something cool.
With something. Let us know what you want to talk about.
Let us know.
We just do random stuff.
Yeah.
We do spooky stories.
We were thinking
and
about doing having a guest on.
Oh,
You know, I think it'd be cool.
we
You know,
have been thinking about
I was
doing
thinking
guests.
about having Sherry here on to talk about paranormal stuff. I don't know if she'd be into it, you know, being in front of a camera and all. I don't know if you want to do that. But if you did, I think that'd be an interesting topic. We talk about scary, spooky stuff all the time.
And yes, and if you want to be a guest and come
Yeah.
hang out, message us.
Message
and
us.
we'll see if we can work something out.
Let us know.
And but I think we do have some people that have at least agreed to the idea. of
Yeah,
maybe
yeah. We
doing
know
it.
Cody at Maelstrom here. Like he was willing to come in. So
He is.
yeah,
That would be awesome.
Yeah.
And I know we talked to someone else today.
right.
About
Because
something
he's
that
like,
would
because
be
we do
cool.
that side stuff with Dark Sales Entertainment. So like, of course he wants to come on and talk about it. So
Yeah, I'd love to talk about it.
Steve says, do one on why do we sleep? that'd be pretty good.
That would be a really good.
Pretty
topic.
good.
That sounds like. All right, I'm gonna remember that because that sounds
Remembering
awesome.
it. Pretty good. All right. Well, we love you guys. Happy New Year.
Hang on, I'm writing that. Why
Be awesome.
Do
Take care.
sleep
Love yourself. Not just one day out of the year.
every day,
Every day.
in every way.
In every way.